Last week's robbery is still fresh in the memory of Nansana's residents. The daring afternoon raid occurred as workers at cheap hardware were preparing to bank the day's sales. By the time the shooting stopped, 2 people lay dead and several, including Frank Anania, were severely injured. Frank, a tax conductor who was having lunch at a nearby restaurant, was hit 8 times by the gunmen as they fled the scene. Frank was first rushed to Sebi Medical Center.
He was severely bleeding around that region. He was already in shock, although he was understanding what was going on, but he was already in shock. The blood pressure was almost not detectable. So all we did was to first put him into, we had to first to give him a lot of fluids to make sure that he's able to reach a hospital where surgery could quickly be done.
Frank was later referred to Nakasero Hospital for better medical attention, where he's still admitted. However, now Frank's family have to contend with a medical bill they can't afford.
The challenge we are facing is about the bill is too high. In that we can't afford that bill for sure. By now we're in 30 million there, and it is still rising.
Did you as a family engage cheap hardware management to help out with the bill?
He had some people who held it. He had to work on those burial ceremonies, and he had also like 5 patients.
Mr. Frank, the sick Frank, was not one of our workers. But as the robbers were, after the robbery, they were shooting in every direction. So the one you are talking of, according to me, was shot on the way, but he was not at the shop.
In such incidents, some would argue that it's government's mandate to protect the citizens. And indeed, in the area today, we found police and LDU units making rounds. However, the question is, can such a Ugandan sue the Attorney General to compel government to clear the medical bills plus compensation? Legal counsel Wandera Ogalo weighs in.
If there was evidence, if, for example, you are able to show that you have evidence which can link the failure of government to this incident, then you can sue the Attorney General. But that is only if you have got evidence to show that it was a result of direct failure of government. It is not an easy thing to do, because this was an unlawful act by some individuals. Government can't be everywhere. It can't know who is going to commit crime at every time.
For now, Frank Anania finds himself in a situation where he is glad he received the medical attention that saved his life, but the ever-accumulating bills remain a problem for which there is no solution yet. Andrew Chamagero, NTV News.